Welcome to the Weekend Warrior. Today we are talking about reverb and specifically 3 different types of reverb. Of course, if you're a guitar player watching, you've probably used reverb before, but there are actually many different types of reverb. So we're going to look at 3 common reverbs and their application. We're going to look at spring reverb, plate reverb, and room reverb. I'm using my TC Electronic Plethora X3 for each of these reverb sounds based on the Hall of Fame reverb pedal. And that's all I'll be using for reverb, not adding anything else to it. If you look in the description, I'll post the exact settings that I'm using in here for these so you can check them out. Let's listen to spring reverb. So for this one, I just played a simple blues tune. Spring reverb is a classic effect that goes back to the old Fender amps that had spring reverb in the amp. And now basically, amps and any reverb pedal or anything you could have that says reverb is probably going to have a spring reverb sound. So this is great for low to medium gain. It's great for pop, country, blues, all these kinds of genres. You just have to be careful. If you're playing anything with higher gain, it might not work as well. So some of the other options we'll look at, we'll see which one works better in different situations. Let's move on to plate reverb. So for this track, I really need to clean up my guitar signal a little bit so that this plate reverb would sound really nice. If you have too much overdrive or distortion on, it's just not going to sound good. But this type of reverb is perfect for kind of a big, lush sound. You can use it with modulation effects. You can use it with delay, and it's going to sound great. Now, let's move on to room reverb. Check this out. Reverb, of course, is just simulating the sound of your guitar in a room. And so this kind of sound is great for just kind of rock and roll kind of stuff. The old recordings where they're recording in this big studio room with all the instruments in the same room. The guitar sound was being picked up by the vocal mics or the drum overheads or whatever. And that was creating this big room sound. And that became a big part of the sound of the guitar in these 60s and 70s recordings, especially before they started isolating things. So dialing in some room, it's going to make your guitar sound kind of bigger, but without crowding it too much, without kind of like I'm using a distorted sound on the example here, but it works with the room reverb. So check that one out. So what did you think? Which one is your favorite reverb and which one do you use the most? let me know in the comments below. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.